Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. I shall see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today. We'll be relaxing as per usual today. Of course, we'll be streaming in a bit, but this will come out after the stream already happened. I'm probably just going to finish off Death and Taxes today. I don't really know what else to do. But I do know, I don't want to have to max it. I do know that I need to record some more videos because I don't have a backlog anymore, which is a bit of a shame because I couldn't manage to build up for all of July. I mean, I was just incredibly busy for most of July anyway. So anyway, hello everyone, renowned Fawnhallow. It's 1:25 p.m. on Sunday, July 21st, 2024. What should we speak about today? That's a great question, one I don't really have an answer for you. What we've been up to today. Honestly, I haven't been up to too much. I just, again, been casually playing some games, watching some Dropout. They have like the new series on Dropout, which, what's it called? Is Monet's Slumber Party. I thought it was pretty funny. It was a pretty fun idea. It feels very, well, I mean, like it's hosted by drag queens, so I assume it's meant to have like similar sort of, vibe to RuPaul's Drag Race, which I've never seen. I have almost no concept of what Drag Race is, except for it's a load of queens presumably in drag doing like performances. I know it's like lip sync battles. That's about as much as I know, to be perfectly honest. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know, I get the same vibes, not the same vibes necessarily of it, but I think of it in the same way that I think of like America's Next Top Model, which you might be like, oh, have you seen some? And I'd be like, yes, I have seen some. My sister loved it a lot when I was younger, so I watched it sometimes with her whenever it was on TV. What did I think of it? I'm not really a reality TV kind of person. I think I mentioned this multiple times before. Reality TV, not my jam. I just can't get into it. I'm not here for the drama. I'm not here for the high stakes interpersonal conflicts or anything like that. I'm kind of there for at least American's Next Top Model case for like the challenges. I want to be like, oh, I want to see what like cool like model shoots or ideas that they have, and then see how it pans out, you know. Because I think honestly, I think a lot of fun. Would I do them? Absolutely, I would do them. Am I going to be a model? Absolutely not. Mainly because I don't think I have the aesthetic appeal for a model. And you might be like, oh, don't be so hard on yourself. You're beautiful, dear darling. One, you probably don't even know what I look like. And two, like I don't see that in a bad way, you know. As with many things in life, you know, things tend to lie on a bell curve, and I don't see myself as really straying much from the interquartile range, I suppose. Just distinctly average, I suppose, in that regard. But that doesn't mean I can't think it looks like a lot of fun to do like these model photo shoots. Of course, it's probably fun when, you know, again, most things probably seem kind of fun when they're not your job, but when your livelihood is kind of staked on it, it probably makes it a lot more like tenuous to do, because there's a lot more pressure, there's a lot more like rigorous scheduling. I'm sure you have to do. So I just want to say I'm definitely speaking from a place of ignorance in this regard. Don't take anything I say into that sort of account. I don't know if I've actually spoken about reality TV shows before, because I mean it's particularly relevant nowadays, especially because there's a show called Love Island. Hold on, let's see. Reality. I've never spoken about reality TV. Okay, let's speak about reality TV then. Because there's a show, if you don't know, called Love Island, which I only know the vaguest things about because I don't watch. I only know like secondhand from other people, like what it even is. But as I understand it, it's a reality TV show where like, I don't know, I'm gonna guess like 8 guys and 8 girls all get to basically stay on like this private resort island, and the entire goal is basically like it's matchmaking, kind of like they want to go there, they want to try and like find a date or like become a couple. And then like the public, I assume this part I'm not like sure on, because I don't know how much of this I actually remember or how much of this I've been told and how much of this I just made up in my head. But it's like whichever couple is like the most popular like stays, and if you can't find a match, you get like kicked off the island. It's basically some like really weird. I mean, you might look at it and be like, this is incredibly weird, like for a TV show, and it is, you know. But you know, people laugh it out, people love it. But I mean, it's not too different from like basically the Zoomer / millennial version of Blind Date, right? Is that kind of what blind date is? Like, except for a blind date, I guess, is more founded on, well, I don't know. It depends on who you are. You know, I think it's very easy to fall into traps of being like, oh, when the older, the better, or something like that, without, you know, taking things through an actual lens and understanding the context behind it and how the benefits and deficits of each before you make a conclusion, just before appealing to a temporal standard. That's not meant to be a value judgment over what is right, what is good, what is bad necessarily. It's meant to just be more like, you know, if you're going to have an opinion on something, you better as heck be able to defend it, right? But blind date always struck me as a very weird, well, not necessarily weird, but like an interesting game show. Like, I think on paper it sounds like a amusing, or not amusing idea. It sounds like a actually pretty reasonable idea. Like, you want to go on a date with someone, but blind date is like, okay, well, let's not base people off their looks, base them off their personalities and their answers to the questions, except for then it's like, oh, let's host it like a game show, which kind of like throws personalities and stuff out the window, because people are not going to be their genuine self on like live television on a game show, right? It's hard to be. So that feels very sort of like Gen X coded, doesn't it? But I mean, that's kind of like when it's released, or maybe it's Boomer, I don't know. Blind date. I'm going to guess it came out in 1960s. It's British, I didn't know that. 1985! Okay, it's actually way more modern than I thought. That's basically millennial, isn't it? Like, yeah, I think so. Oh, wow. In my mind, when I think of blind date, I think of like really old. It looks so old and retro in my mind. Blind Date Season 1. I want to see like 1985. I want to see like pictures of what it looked like back in 1985. Because it looks so retro in my mind. I might be thinking of a different show, which might not be Blind Date the more I think about it. But whatever. People love love and reality TV, and it's the basis of a lot of like drama on these shows in the first place. If anything, you know, if that was like dating back in the day, I don't know, like asking someone out to like the cinema, that's what blind date is. You know, Love Island to me feels like, you know, like the Tinder version of it, which is, I don't know necessarily what you make from that, but for some reason that analogy makes sense in my head. I don't actually know if they actually go on dates like, or whatever, or if it's meant to just be for show, or for a couple things as like actual couples or not actual couples. I assume they're actual couples, but again, I don't really know what the format of the show is. I assume it's meant to be like Big Brother-esque. And you might be like, oh, what do you think about Big Brother? And I'm like, I genuinely don't care for Big Brother at all. Like, it was so popular when I was younger. Like, when I was like 12 and younger. Like, it was basically on, like, people were talking about it on TV all the time. If you don't know what Big Brother is, it's basically like a daily reality TV show. Which really sort of changed the formula, I think, for reality TV, from being like once a week to like, oh, you get updates every single day. There are cameras inside the house and they're like locked out from the outside world, right? And I don't really know what the goal of Big Brother was, to be honest. I think it's about like making alliances and voting people off, right? It's about making friendships and relationships in that way, not necessarily like a dating relationship, which is like, okay, I don't know. It's painfully obvious that I'm just not the target audience for this, because like I don't want to hate on. If you love reality TV show, if you love the drama, if you love the gossip, you love the tea, absolutely go for it. Like I'm not going to stop you or anything like that. People like what they like, right? But it's just like so painfully obvious I'm not the target audience for reality TV. Like even things like, which are much more like a wide spread, like popular, I think, things like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which was something I've seen episodes of when I was younger. Yeah, I just never really got into it, you know. I don't know necessarily why, which you might find as strange, because how much I rave about like stories and characters and dynamics and relationships in like fictional media, you might be like, why not in like actual reality? That's kind of what a reality TV show is, although I think most people are probably not deluded enough to think reality TV is any practical mirror of society as we know it, you know. It's more like a fake performance, and not fake performance. Like, I'm not going to say about people on there, they've got like scripts or anything, and they're like, I'm going to be like this one, I'm going to be the enemy, I'm going to be like the heel, the mole, or whatever. But it's more like people on there and then going to be a larger than life personality, which is still true to themselves, but not necessarily true to the sense that that's what maybe people think of when people say true to themselves. I'm not saying that's not who they are as a person, who you are in front of a camera at the end of the day. as long as you're sort of being yourself, I suppose, in a certain sense, is still you, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make a distinction there between like an actor playing a character and you being on reality TV or having a camera pointed at you and being sort of larger than life. Yeah, and I think that's mainly the reason why. Like, I love people's stories, characters, etc., etc., etc. But the thing that makes it so satisfying about fictional stories is not because it's fictional, but it's more like a consequence of it being fictional. It means it's like sort of perfectly crafted. Whoever wrote it, the writers can come together and think of like cohesive like plot lines, cohesive story narrative that comes together in a very satisfying way to convey what they wanted. You know, that doesn't happen in reality, as it shouldn't, because reality is unpredictable. Reality is not like a story to be watched. It's a story which people live, right? There's not necessarily satisfying story arcs. There's not like foreshadowing. There's not thematic imagery being explored within your life. Your life is just your life. It's the consequences of the actions of yourself and the community, the neighborhood which surrounds you, which makes it fascinating, but for a different way. You know, fascinating because then the stakes which I invest into are not from that this analytical standpoint of like, oh, this is really fascinating to see where the story, how it evolves, etc., etc. It becomes one more of like, okay, now it's more like a personal connection I have between them. And I guess that's probably why reality TV just like doesn't sit with me, is because, for one, I'm not going to say like put myself on a pedestal for this, but I see these people as actual people rather than characters, which some people strangely don't seem to do, but I'm not saying that's a majority, or hopefully. Oh, I was meant to get a tissue box. I completely forgot. Okay, I'm going to put my phone here to try and remind myself of a tissue box. I ran out of tissues. Hay fever was bad this morning. But I see them as actual people, but by consequence of them being actual people, you know, it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of a lack of parasocialness that I end up having, where it's just like, I don't know who these people are, but just literally random people. I'd much rather reality TV should be reality TV with my friends, if anything. Would I watch a reality TV show with my friends on it? I guess so. That'd be very strange, and I'm not sure how I'd feel about it, but, you know, by the consequence of, you know, the people in the show now being real, it's more like, okay, now I'd want to find like a connection with it. Or I need to find a different avenue in reality TV for me to be engrossed by, is perhaps a better way to put it. Because I'm not saying reality TV could not win me over ever. It's more like things like Love Island, I'm a Celebrity, just don't. And I'm sure if I was more invested in celebrity culture, maybe if I had like a little bit of like, oh, I was interested about the celebrity's life, maybe I would be like, oh yeah, this is like my sort of jam. But as it presently stands, I'm like, nah, give me fictional stories, not because I think fictional stories have a more personal element. I don't, actual real life people stories do, but it's more like the fictional stories have this crafted element to it, which is more like a sort of display of expertise and proficiency, which you don't get in reality TV, which is fine, because that's not at all what it's trying to do, is it? I can't reiterate enough like how much this is, I'm very much each person to their own, right? I'm just like, I'm just trying to talk out loud and think about why reality TV never really appealed to me as much. Anyway, I don't know if The Great British Bake Off counts as reality TV. It kind of is more of a game show, weirdly enough. But if it counts as reality TV, that's basically the only reality TV I know. Let's see, top 50 reality TV movies and shows. I was going to look at IMDb and see which ones I've actually seen. Love Island, never seen. The Mole, I've actually seen. I actually did enjoy the first season or two, which I've seen it. But that also kind of feels more game. It's not quite game showy. It is kind of reality TV. You know what? I'd say it very much. It's both game show and really reality TV, but it does lean more to reality TV side. But to be fair, I think the first seasons feel a bit more genuine, which is maybe why it kind of felt like watching people's own stories in that sense. And plus, I kind of watched it because, again, I think my sister liked it. Have I ever chosen to watch it now? Nope. So be it. Owning Manhattan, Clarkson's Farm, Alone, American Barbecue Showdown. I've never even heard of. The Traitors. Isn't The Traitors a game show? I thought it was like Mafia, essentially. Gypsy Rose Lifetime Lockup. I haven't heard of most of these. Love Island again. RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, or just RuPaul's in general. RuPaul's is, yeah, I don't know. It's just not something I've seen. Would I enjoy it? Maybe. I don't really know. As I was saying, like if I would drop out on a sleepover show, I thought that was pretty fun. I think it's a sort of thing where, like, if someone put it on, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I can have a good time watching it. But I would never seek it out to watch it myself. Not to, of course, it's not meant to be, like, shade or tea or disrespect on any of the queens on there. I'm sure they're all fantastic and have great performances. Nothing against drag. I think it's more against reality TV. Real Housewives of New Jersey. Real Housewives, I also thought for ages, despite this name, I thought it was, like, a drama... Like not a sitcom, like a drama show, like a fictional drama show. I didn't realise it was actually reality TV, despite the fact it's called Real Housewives. Impractical Jokers. I thought Impractical Jokers was a prank show. I didn't know it was reality TV. What defines reality TV anyway? I guess it's any TV show which is meant to mirror real life events, right? Television programs in which ordinary people are continuously filmed, designed to be entertaining rather than informative. Oh, okay. I didn't know the definition of reality TV is this continuous filming rather than anything else. Dance Moms? Kardashians? So I've seen one of these ever, and that is The Mole. Mythbusters is reality TV? That doesn't sound right to me. But I guess reality TV is such a general... umbrella term now, but it just has a strong association of like the Big Brother, Love Island sort of shows. Interesting. Worst home invasion reality show on TV. What? Reality TV on Channel 4, which is a UK show, UK channel. Hollyoaks. Hollyoaks is reality TV? I thought Hollyoaks was like a EastEnders. I thought it was like a TV drama. Soap opera, that's weird. Gogglebox, I guess that's kind of reality TV, right? Gogglebox is basically like React content, isn't it? Like you watch other people watch things on TV, which I've definitely never got the appeal of, but one of my friends likes it. Oh, this is just all their shows. This is not just reality TV. That's not what I wanted. Channel 4, Netflix. Come on, can you give me what I want? I've never heard of any of these. Outlast? A horror show? A lot of these seem like competition shows, which I guess is kind of reality TV, right? Physical 100 I've heard of. That's Squid Game Challenge. What the heck? Love is Blind. Dated Unrelated? What? Excuse me? Maybe, you know what? I don't think reality TV is for me. And on that note, I'm going to round this episode up here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been here, darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope you see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.